The year is 2032. As a people, we've come a really long way in terms of solving major social issues like the way we banned alarm clocks to ensure that nobody would ever be offended by their loud noises again, or how we removed school crosswalks in an effort to expedite the home to work travel times for the poor. The rich is a bit of a different story for them. They have the luxury to now travel by flying cars that are, and now get this, fueled by the actual fart gas from real life pigs. Yeah. Believe it or not, the government has actually imposed limits on the number of pigs you're allowed to have in a single dwelling home, just out of fears of massive scale explosions. Plus, thanks to new breakthroughs in medicine, we now, believe it or not, have found an actual cure for people that misgender others due to their ability to see. Yeah, apparently just 7 pills a day will cure you. But my personal favorite recent advancement has got to be these new Microsoft glasses that, when you wear them, will make homeless people disappear. I mean, they are still there physically, but at least when you're wearing the glasses, you don't have to see them anymore. We live in a world where just the other day, a man in China managed to fit an entire pineapple up his ass. But the real excitement should be focused squarely on next week's big event. I mean, oh boy, hang on to your hat because it's going to be a real doozy. It has been, after all, 28 years in the making, countless hours spent in research, powered by a team that spans the entire world. Well, except Russia. Yeah, it would seem that even in 2032, the Russians are still the Russians. But yeah, one man's dream, one man's desire, one man's goal. And here we are. We are finally sending civilians to Mars. And it's all thanks to Amazon. You thought I was going to say Elon Musk, right? Yeah, plot twist. Anyways, I'm really sorry to have to break the news to you, but sadly, Elon Musk passed away about 5 years ago from a fatal but purely accidental incident with a potato gun. Nope. Instead, society has our bald-headed, age-reversing, half man, half Alexa, Geoff Bezos, and the mighty Amazon machine to thank for putting people on Mars. You see, Amazon's actually already been on Mars for about 6 years now. And now when I say people, in fairness, thus far, it's predominantly been employees. After all, Amazon does proudly have the galaxy's largest fulfillment center. But now they're finally sending members of the public up to take in the whole experience. That is, of course, if you've been an Amazon Prime member for at least the last 5 years and you are willing to work in the Mars Amazon Fulfillment Center for 2 out of the 4 months that you would be up there. It does look pretty cool up there. I mean, to start with, 98% of the work is being done by robots. The few humans that are up there, yeah, their main job, entertain the robots during their monthly maintenance routine. Apparently, and for whatever reason, they like to watch humans dance. Pro tip, they love seeing twerks. R. Kelly. I don't know, don't ask me. Crime is pretty much non-existent because remember 98% robots? Anyways, Geoff Bezos just announced the first openings for civilian Prime members to spend 4 whole months up there. 2 of which, as I mentioned earlier, would need to be spent working in an Amazon fulfillment center. Oh, and did I mention it is the galaxy's largest? This is not just a Amazon Prime member perk. It's also part of an experiment that's going to monitor the behavior of real life humans working in the worst possible conditions with only 1 hour sleep a day while only being given half the food they'd regularly consume here on Earth. Oh, yeah. And again, while on Mars. Team Bezos, as Geoff likes to call his growing robot army on Mars, has decided that they're going to allow a limited number of humans up there on Mars. Personally, I don't think we see any of this happening if we don't see the global scale outrage and riots taking place right now over Amazon's threats to add 16 more minutes of commercials to every movie that is streamed on their streaming platform. Now I'm seeing on this brochure that I just received, things aren't looking all that bad up there. That is assuming, of course, you actually get there. And you're not part of that 50% that are predicted to blow up somewhere over Canada during stage 1 shuttle launch. If you're part of the other 50%, this brochure claims that you're going to be enjoying things like zero traffic on the roads, open barren lands to explore, 0% crime rate, 0% fun for 100% of the time due to a 80% probability of there being a 0% crime rate, and low noise. So now, for the low cost of a number way bigger than I'll ever be able to afford, you can jump in an Amazon shuttle that, by the way, is too powered by pig fart gas, which, incidentally, is actually 69% cheaper than traditional rocket fuel. Anyways, and get fired up to Mars to work in an Amazon fulfillment center while being studied like a lab rat by robots, but on Mars. And once a week, you're going to be obligated to dance for the robots. Don't worry though, the dancing can actually be pretty fun. If you catch the right song, you get the right crowd. I mean, between us, I made bank during their beta test. Oh, yeah. And in case you missed it, yes, you're right. If you connected the dots, I've already done 4 months on Mars as part of their beta test. But I don't just like to drop that on anyone. But I guess if you made it to this part of the video, I feel like you deserve a certain level of trust. You got to remember that people, they just think I'm all braggy if I come out and I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. I got my blue card. Probably because nobody even knows what the hell a blue card is. But just so you're in the loop, you get a blue card for, I mean, how do I put this? It's actually kind of embarrassing, but well, you get a blue card for spending time with one of the Amazon companion robots. Mars edition, of course. And you get it if you spend over 20 hours during a single 4-month tour. So, anyways, funny fact, initially I thought getting a blue card was a good thing. I thought it was awarded to me, but just a heads up between us, it's not a good thing. I'm about 95% certain that I've been under constant surveillance since returning to Earth. Plus, I'm pretty sure that somebody keeps sneaking into my house and crushing my beers while I'm sleeping. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, sex robots. So I'm sure you have a million questions circling around in your head. Stuff like, how was the work? How long was the travel time? Did the robots have hair? What shade of blue was the card? Now, I think I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about what it was like working in the Amazon fulfillment center while on Mars. I think it'd be fair to say somewhere between horrible and absolutely soul crushing. Imagine this: long days, lack of sleep, a constant state of hunger. And honestly, I was always missing my personal favorite Amazon companion robot, Suzanne. Really, the only good part of the whole work period was my daily reflashing. That one moment of the day where I'd get a chance to forget the entire day's grind. Now, I'm sure you're pretty curious, so the reflashing procedure would take place every day and only after my 23rd hour of nonstop work. But before my 1 hour of sleep, I get yanked off the production line, told to strip down to my boxers. I get hosed down, and then I get handed a pineapple. I'd be thrown into an empty room where oddly Geoff Bezos himself would appear before me. I gotta tell you, honestly, what I found most off-putting about the whole experience was Geoff looking at me and constantly repeating, "The man is bigger than the pineapple. The man is bigger than the pineapple." What the fuck does that even mean? Anyways, then I'd wake up, I'd have a horrible stomach ache for the first few hours, and then I'd just kind of repeat the entire process over again until my next reflashing period. The 2 months time off? Oh, now that is an entirely different story. Imagine just for a moment, you're the only guy at the strip club, and you have a pocket full of Bezos bucks, Mars's official currency. Gone are the days of waiting in lines at the grocery store or the bank, or those hours where you feel yourself slowly dying in traffic. Things are not bad, bro. You've got internet speeds of a gajabillion gigs per second and the absolute highest definition porn that you will ever see in your entire life. Well, maybe not your entire life, but you get what I'm trying to say. You can literally see the hairs growing from her. It is such high definition that you will literally ask yourself, is this clearer than my own eyes? Anyways, let's just move along. You know what? If you're here right now, thank you. And I'm going to aim to try and release every week for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. See ya.